Deals, it's driven deep left field. Back goes Larry. Larry at the wall, looking up. It is gone! Power pod, power alley. Tommy Hotvey powers out the first homer of the season for Fresno. And the Grizzlies lead 3-2.
The Fresno Grizzlies took the field for the first time in 2025 this past weekend. The Grizzlies team on the field performed well, taking 2 wins out of their first 3 contests against the Stockton Ports to start the season atop the Northern Division standings in the California League. Fans were treated to a walk-off win on Friday night, fireworks after Friday night and Saturday night's win, and great pitching throughout the weekend. This week, we'll get a look at what the team has in store for the 2025 season by talking with pitchers Brody, Brecht, and Jewett, who both made their professional debuts at Chansey Park. Plus, I have a chance to sit down with manager Cesar Galvez and learn about the first-year manager's emotions upon hearing that he would be the skipper for the Fresno Grizzlies in 2025. Plus, we'll talk with Chef Sarah. We'll take a look at the great food on tap in the Kodiak Club this year. Stick around. This is In the Den with the Fresno Grizzlies. Welcome back to In the Den, and we are in the manager's office. Cesar Galvez, first-year manager of the Fresno Grizzlies, but no stranger to Fresno after serving as the bench coach for the last 2 years. You worked for Steve Solis for 2 years. When you found out that you were going to be the manager, first of all, what were the emotions for you, and where were you when you got the news?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
So happy to be here with you guys. And, well, it was super emotional because I was with my family, like I say, just today, and I received a call from our boss, Chris Forsyth, and he just told me the news. So my family, my mom actually was next to me, and obviously she don't know English, but after I hang out the phone, I just let her know. It was a so good moment for all in the house. So, and we just enjoy it.
That's awesome. You're originally from the Dominican Republic. We were joking the other day during a fan event that you said it doesn't get cold like it does here in Fresno. But your experience with Fresno the last 2 years, you got to know the area a little bit. Obviously, you're with the Colorado Rockies organization, but what have you come to love about Fresno in your time here?
I mean, I think Fresno is one of the best cities for baseball. Because what you guys doing for us here from office, trying to get us in good area, make sure that we know everything about Fresno, make sure that we know how to move here, and that become easy for us when you have all that info from you guys here in Fresno. So, and I mean, love the fans. They always support us. The last 3 years for me, 2 years for me here have been awesome. I just expect that it's gonna be the same this year, and we're gonna do everything is possible for the fans. So just come enjoy it and support us. That we're gonna play hard for you guys here. Wanna make you guys happy.
Awesome. What food spot have you learned is your favorite so far in Fresno? Have you had enough downtime?
Well, I like Mexican food, and here's a lot of Mexican food. So I like taco. I like to get taco for breakfast. So, but it's a lot of places that I like to go here. If I start to mention places, it would be so much. But also, we as a Latin people, we like the closer thing to Dominican Republic or Venezuela is the Chipotle.
Okay.
So we like to go to Chipotle, and it's kind of every day. I'm talking more for the player because right now I'm more like my menu is more spent. So, but the young player, they always want to be close to Chipotle, especially in the road. So if you find a place that have Chipotle next to the hotel, they're gonna be so happy.
Well, I was gonna say a lot of DoorDash coming through the clubhouse and with Chipotle too, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen every time. We're gonna have food here, and but because you know how those 3 days been, so we had to do it like that because of the rain and all that kind of stuff. We had to make adjustment almost every day here for the first 3-4 days. But we also gonna have food every day here because the team are gonna supply us for that.
Absolutely, part of the great partnership that we have, Grizzlies and Rockies and players all together. You're talking about adjustments a little bit. Sliding offices, moving over, being the guy that writes the lineup card instead of just the guy that hangs it up there. I know just through spring and a couple of days without games under your belt, what has been the biggest adjustment you've had to make?
Well, it's hard to decide. Well, I said yesterday when, not yesterday, the day before yesterday when we trying to get all the live VPs done because that's our priority, get the arm pitcher, get them to throw the live VPs, and we was trying to do it early as possible, and then we got the rain coming and all that kind of stuff, but we just trying to make that change quick. That was so far, that's one of the adjustments that I making hard on me, that I was thinking, I want those guys to throw the live VP, so we trying to win like 30 minutes of get out ahead of the rain, and we did good.
Well, I was going to say, the weather was moving fast on you, so you did have to adjust, so that's pretty awesome. A lot of people have asked a lot about what this roster is like, what to expect. I think, kind of tying back into what we talked about being familiar with Fresno, I know that fans are used to, say, Tommy Hopvee, who went to Fresno State, Luke Jewett grew up in Visalia, but outside of that, a lot of guys are starting their professional careers in Fresno. What does it mean to a player, and how can you explain that to fans for the city that they start their professional careers in? What kind of emotional attachment does that hold?
Well, it's I never have that chance to be like that, but I imagine that's great. I imagine that they want to be on the field, that they want to be good. Want their people watching them play here, and then they both gonna have their opportunity to play, and then I have a big confidence in both. Jewett as a pitcher, and then Tony Hoffey, that will be our utility guy, that he gonna be pretty much almost every day in the lineup.
Yeah.
So, and I think they're happy. Happy for that. And then I'm 100%. I know Hoffey, and this is the guy that like to play the game. This is the guy that's gonna play hard every day. And I know that he can't wait to be on the field tomorrow and show everybody that know him how it is in Pro Bowl.
What about the guys who didn't grow up here? You think about maybe like a Robert Calaz or Kelvin Hidalgo, who are high Rockies prospects, highly touted. What kind of emotional attachment when you start your professional journey, when you make your way up? What do you look back and see in a town that you just started your career in?
I mean, it's the difference is huge. Coming from where we come, like those guys coming from the Dominican Republic, when they don't have fans, they don't have anything like that. They don't imagine to play in a great stadium like we got the chance to play this season. And one of the big things on that is they love the game. Okay, and then when you love the game, and don't matter where you play. First of all, don't matter where you play hard. You do what you're supposed to do because you love the game. Now imagine loving the game, playing hard, and have that facility. So they so happy to be on the field tomorrow, and I think those guys they're gonna grow up, and they're gonna have us, me, and the rest of the coaching staff to help them and become a All-Star sooner. So, I mean, we're happy to have those young players here with us.
Absolutely. What can Fresno fans expect from the 2025 Fresno Grizzlies? You look at this roster, it's filled with some guys who've been here before, some guys who are kind of making their professional debuts. What do you want the fans to know about your team?
Well, we just have the meeting. You know how we have the meeting as a team, and we talk about a lot of things that we can control, that I have a big confidence on that team that they're going to do it. It's just let them roll, okay? And let them roll. We just, like I said, we're going to control what we can control. And then if we do that, we're going to be okay. Because I have confidence on that team, and I know that they're going to play hard every day, and they're going to find a way to win some games. So I no doubt about it. They're going to push together, and they're going to be together from the first day to the end. So just come and join the game, because we're going to put a show.
I love hearing that. I was going to say, so you've been talking a lot about what you've told the team, and I did hear you say from the beginning, their job is to win. And this is a developmental league. In a lot of ways, guys are making their ways toward the big leagues. But why is winning such an important fundamental block in their professional careers?
I mean, we just want them to have in their mind that win is the priority, because we're going to take care of the rest. Coaching staff take care of the rest. We're going to make sure that they grew up as a person, that they grew up as a player, that the development part be there every day, because that's our job, myself and the rest of the culture. So we want them to learn how to play the game and how to win, because that's what we want in the big league. That's what we're looking for in the big league. And the other part is the development, okay? And that we control the development. We're going to work hard for them. We're going to be there every day on the field with them to try to make them better and better. And that's the part of the development. So the way that I see it is, as a manager, and I talk to my staff, is if we develop it good, we're going to win. So we're just trying to make the player understand that we have to play hard, to play the right way to win. But at the other side, me and the coaches staff, we're gonna make them to become a good player and development in the area of the person and baseball players.
Well, looking forward to that. One last thing, if there's one thing you're looking forward to the most about opening day, getting out on the field, and just getting the season going, what is it?
Well, I mean, it will be fun for everybody, especially for me. You know, first day, that will be my first game as a manager, and I just wanna enjoy it. Just wanna see the player play. I just wanna get have their back, and I want them to have my back. And we go together, and we're gonna put some show on the field. That's what I waiting for, and we're gonna choose for. So we're just happy to be there tomorrow on the field and do what we're supposed to do and enjoy it, because for me, enjoy this game is the most beautiful thing that can happen to you.
Absolutely. Well, I think Fresno's going to have your back Cesar Galvez, thank you for the time.
Thank you for you guys.
Welcome back to In the Den with the Fresno Grizzlies, and now we're in the Kodiak Club, presented by KY Farming. Earlier we were talking about the $3 value menu that's new to Chukchansi Park this year, and how Chukchansi Park is one of the best values in all of baseball to bring your family. While still a great value, the Kodiak Club is a fantastic opportunity to bring partners, bring your loved ones, and have a great meal while watching the baseball game. It's also air conditioned with a great bar. New to the Kodiak Club in 2025 this year is the rotating hot dog bar. And what goes better with a baseball game when you're talking about food than hot dogs? There's still a different menu every week provided by Chef Sarah and her team, but the rotating hot dog bar is going to showcase all of baseball's best dogs across the country. On top of that, there's chili and nacho cheese that you can do a classic dog if you want, or you can make nachos and there'll be chips provided as well. The rotating hot dog bar all season long will be located right off the entrance. It's going to be the first thing when you get off the elevator and step into the Kodiak Club. So be sure to take advantage of this unique feature right here at Chukchansi Park this season. For the first homestand, fans who have tickets to the Kodiak Club try the LA Street Dog, and this is a unique take on a classic LA ballpark dog. The LA style street hot dog, often called a bacon wrap hot dog or a danger dog, started in Sonora, Mexico, with vendors wrapping franks and bacon and selling them on the streets. That later came to the US and was heavy in Los Angeles. So this dog has crispy bacon bits, grilled jalapenos, sauteed onions, a dollop of sour cream, and a spread of zesty chipotle mayo, which makes this a delicious combination. Together, it's smoky, spicy, creamy, and makes it an iconic street food experience. That's just a taste of what we get at the Kodiak Club here at Chukchansi Park. Tracking the miles per hour, breaking ball, called strike three. Camarillo finally got a slider, and he was hunting fastball 87, and that is how this one gets started. A backwards K to start the professional career for Brody Brecht.
Oh boy,
Welcome back to In the Den here with Fresno Grizzlies starting pitcher Brody Brecht. Iowa's career strikeout leader. You got drafted last season, 2024. What were your emotions when the Rockies called your name?
I was just super excited to be able to, fulfill a, lifelong dream of mine of being able to be a professional baseball player. So I was just through the moon excited, just very excited to just have this opportunity and play for the Rockies. So
what has been just kind of the journey for you back half of the summer as you were kind of preparing, and you logged a lot of innings in college. What was your preparation like, and what kind of went into your decision in the fall to sign and then get ready for this season?
Yeah, I mean, after the draft, we came down here and, I didn't throw down here. I threw like 4 innings and an instruct. So this is really going to be my first, pro ball, innings and meaningful innings. So I'm just excited for the opportunity. Last season, just working a lot on just being balanced and, just repeating the same movements over and over again to improve, consistency. And, I feel like I'm in a good spot right now. So
when you think about making your professional debut, what goes through your mind and what sort of emotions have kind of played out?
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a little extra, I don't know about nerves, but there's going to be a little extra adrenaline going for sure. But, my job doesn't change, just executing pitches one after the other. So I'm just excited to get rolling.
So you're an Iowa guy.
Yeah.
You played receiver in college for a little bit.
Yeah.
Any sort of
translation from where you grew up and playing football that you take onto the mound?
Yeah, I mean, I just think, being a football player, just the athleticism out there on the mound, being able to field your position and, just the explosiveness, like, pitchers, we do explosive movements. So I think, like, the football, like, sprinting, running, lifting like that translates to the mound. You're just doing explosive movements. So I think it's helped me a lot.
What, when you talked to your family about coming out of California, what was their response?
I mean, they're excited to come to Cali. I think they've been to San Diego, but once, but I think they're excited to come see me play and just, see the state. So.
You had a pretty dominant and noteworthy performance in the spring breakout game against the Chicago White Sox. What sort of emotions went through there? Where did you feel like your preparation kind of paid off?
I just think, I work with a mental performance coach named Brian Kane, and like, I say my process is I have a very good process, like, just a disciplined process that I stick to. And so, like, my confidence comes from that, like just knowing that I do everything I do off the field to be able to, perform on the field. And so, I was just treating it just like another inning, another start, just one pitch at a time. That's all it is. So.
Well, one thing you gotta know about Fresno, right, is we wear the tacos proudly. Very proud of Central California food. Have you had tacos yet since you've been in town?
I have not. I need to. I love tacos, and so I need to get some for sure. So.
Well, looking forward to it. That's Brody Brecht, Fresno Grizzlies starting pitcher.
Brecht trying to exit the second. Swing and a miss. Got Takayoshi to chase. Castillo blocks it, scoops it up, throws high to first, but Fitzer stretches into the air to catch it, and in the inning. What a start for Brody Brecht, as he has struck out 5. He strikes out the side, out number 8, and to get out of the third. The pitch chopped up the third base line to Hidalgo. Fields by the bag, throws on the run, gets it to Fitzer, who holds the bag and ends the inning. That might be it for the professional debut of Brody Brecht, but 7 strikeouts in 3 innings is certainly a solid number, and he keeps Stockton without a run.
Welcome back to In the Den, here with Fresno Grizzlies pitcher Luke Jewett, a UCLA graduate, but a Visalia native, coming back to the Valley. When you knew you were coming to Fresno or found out, what were your emotions? What were your family's emotions?
It was pretty cool. At first it was like, oh, we're going back. It was kind of weird at first because we don't actually have any family ties here anymore. But definitely cool because I get to be back home, grew up here, all my friends grew up here, go to Fresno State, so it's just cool to be back in this environment.
When you think about the Valley, what memories kind of pop into your mind?
I mean, it was all baseball. I mean, growing up, like, that was all it was. The best part, yeah, it's hot here, but you can play baseball all year round. So we didn't take a month off ever, me and my dad, so it was just baseball. So this is, when I think of the Valley, it's baseball, and it's cool to be playing that here.
Yeah, that's awesome. What sort of ties would you say baseball-wise? What do you think of Valley baseball? What do people miss when the caliber and the quality of Valley baseball?
It's great. I mean, growing up, it was always Fresno teams, Bakersfield teams being in Visalia. Like, everyone's just grinding. They're playing 24/7. I think it's real gritty baseball. Like, you're in the dirt, you're playing, it's hot here all the time, summertime. So it's just grinding. You're grinding it.
So when you think about it, and you think back to time playing it as a kid, anybody that you've come across from the Valley later on in your career in pro ball or at UCLA?
I mean, Tommy Hotfee. I mean, we were teammates together as a kid, and that's really cool to think about, being teammates then kind of being apart and then coming back with this. You got Fresno native Isaac Aon. He played against him at Oregon, and now with him being in the Dodgers, that's pretty cool, just to name a few.
That's pretty cool. Tommy is playing a little bit all over the place this year. He's been catching some bullpens. Have you thrown to him yet?
I actually threw to Tommy today. He got the job done. It was good.
What was it? A little bit of nostalgia? Did you guys ever have that when you were teammates?
Honestly, I can't. I mean, we were 7, 8 years old, but I mean, I didn't really pitch as a kid, and Tommy was doing all over. We're both all over the place.
Very cool. Well, as I mentioned earlier, you went to UCLA. Joined up with the Rockies. What has this process been like as you've kind of started your professional career, and kind of what went through maybe the last 8-9 months in getting you to Fresno?
I mean, it was a lot. I mean, UCLA prepared me very well for pro ball. I think I haven't actually gotten a chance to go out and play pro ball yet, but just from all the things that we've done at camp, Coach Savage did a great job with all the pitchers and everyone in that program to get me ready for it.
Yeah, when you think about making your professional debut, chances are it could come in the Valley. What sort of emotional ties? I think we've talked a lot about what it means for a professional ball player to debut in a place.
Mm-hmm.
What have you thought about being is that you're from the Valley?
I mean, I'm very excited, and even like I've had some people came out to spring training, and I got to see them, and they're like, "We're bringing everyone out to the Grizzly games." Like growing up, I always went to the Rawhide games being in Visalia, but he's like, "Hey, we're all coming up. Like there's going to be people." So I'm very excited for it.
Very cool. Well, and again, then you're going back down to Southern California for a lot of games this year where you do have family. What excites you most about this season and this group?
I mean, we just got drafted this last year, but we all feel super close. And I think that's one of the best things. You got to be comfortable with teammates because 140 games is a long year for all of us. The longest we've ever done is probably 60, 70 games. But everyone's super close, tight-knit, and I'm just excited to go to work with everyone.
Well, being back in the Valley, have you started telling teammates where they need to eat, or are you rediscovering some places?
I mean, I'm not too familiar with Fresno. I mean, it was more, if we were playing at Visalia, I'd be like, hey, go here, go here. It was funny, actually, on my drive up, I stopped at BT's in Visalia, total hole-in-the-wall spot, but definitely one of the best in the Valley.
So when you go play the Rawhide, you've told the team you know where you guys are going?
I'm going to go. It might be like hey, if you're getting the BT combo burrito, you might be a little heavy and slow tomorrow, but it'll definitely be worth it.
It'll be worth it. Luke Jewett, appreciate the time.
Thank you.
That'll do it for this week's edition of In the Den, but stay up to date with the Fresno Grizzlies at FresnoGrizzlies.com and on social media. We'll have plenty of activity as the Grizzlies are on the road this week, taking on Inland Empire, but they will be back at home on April 15th to host Lake Elsinore, beginning a 6-game series at Chuck Chansey Park. Hope to see you there. On behalf of the Grizzlies, I'm Tim Slack. Thanks for watching In the Den.